Thank you, Judith. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I remember, I'm one of the people who've had the same job. Thank you, Julia. I think it was Steve, Assemblyman Fred Thiel, myself, and Mark Harrington. This is true. And I remember, you might be saying, what made LIPA choose wind in the first place? And honestly, it was the environmentalists. I remember going to LIPA with a group, not just us, but a group of environmentalists, saying, we want you to do a feasibility study on offshore wind. They were like, what do you mean? And we had meetings, and I remember sitting in stakeholder meetings and on an advisory board to talk about what would be in the feasibility study for offshore wind 20 years ago. And I'm going to steal a phrase and say, what a long, strange trip it's been. But here we are today. This really is thrilling and exciting. And as the turbine blades turn, so does a page in New York history, where we begin a new chapter on New York being a leader and East Hampton being the leader on fighting climate change, cleaner air, safer environment, protecting what it is we love about where we live, and creating a new industry, which we call the windustry. To really bring all of us into the 21st century with new technology where we can all benefit and be successful by. Every elected official who just got, congratulations, as well as LIPA and Tom, you deserve every ounce of credit. But I really want to focus on the community members, Win with Win, the environmentalists, because there are two great barriers to transformational change: fear and myths. And those two things can only be really battled and addressed and overcome by community members that get engaged, informed, and work hard at it. And I am super excited to have so many of those members. We won't mention them all again because you did such a great job of that, Supervisor. But that's how change happens. No true change happens and lasts without public support behind that change. And that's why it's so important that the community came together, worked within there. I remember going to meetings, I think it was at Kate's house, the good old-fashioned grassroots way, where we talked about how do we counter the myths. You do it with facts, you do it with science, but you do it with neighbors. And so I want to say hats off to everybody, to a community that came together with every level of government and fostered a change that we need and produces an historic societal benefit that we rarely get to see in our generation.